Good morning, everybody. Well, I am here in Phoenix. I would say that I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but I'm still a little bit tired from yesterday. I should say my legs are. They're sore. My quadriceps are sore from the workout. I'm headed out into Phoenix in the Valley of the Sun. I have some errands to run. I have a couple of things I want to do before the race. I plan on getting to the stadium about 5 o'clock, maybe a little earlier if I can, maybe catch some qualifying, catch the pit stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've never been to a Supercross or a motocross race by myself before. So it's going to be a different experience for me. Let's see what's going on in the Valley of the Sun.
Well, this is my second stop of the day. I stopped at a McDonald's because I couldn't find a restaurant that was anywhere near where I wanted to be, which is here at the Harley shop. And road trucks everywhere. I'm not big on McDonald's, but I couldn't find anything else. I was hungry. I still think I'm going to go find a restaurant and get some real food because not that I mind sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, but I didn't get what I ordered. It took a long time. The kid didn't know what he was doing. So I'm still hungry. But anyway, I wanted to get Jennifer and I some Harley gear. I'm looking for a nice flannel shirt like the one that Glenn Griswold and his family bought me for taking them on the little tour on the mountain. Jennifer really liked that. It's hard to find one, but I found one here. It's a little different pattern, but it's the same material. But I always seek out a Harley shop, get some shop shirts. We are at Buddy Stubbs, Harley-Davidson in Phoenix. And I think it's called Cave Canyon Harley. But really, really nice shop, really big. They have a lot of bikes, pretty good gear assortment, riding gear assortment, and a very, very friendly staff. Took care of me, pointed me in the right directions, and very friendly. And most I don't think I've ever really been to a Harley shop that didn't have good staff. I think that's probably one of the requirements of working at one of these places. But anyway, if you're ever in Phoenix, stop by Buddy Stubbs here, grab yourself a bike or a shirt or some chrome. All right, moving on. This is pretty cool. This is a replica of the 1968 Triumph Bonneville that Evel Knievel crashed his brains out on trying to jump the fountains at Caesar's Palace. Well, he did jump the fountains. He just clipped the landing ramp. And most people tend to think that because Evel Knievel was most well known and remembered for riding the XR 750 Harley, that's what he did the Caesar's jump on. But it wasn't. It was a Triumph, just like this one. This bike was the one that was ridden by Robert Blake, or his stunt people anyway, in the film Electric Light and Blue. I can't remember when that movie came out. I remember seeing it when I was in junior high, I think. So it was an older film. If you've never seen it, it's a pretty cool film. I remember it pretty well. But that is a 1968 74-inch Electric Glide. As I said outside, this is a really nice shop. I did not know. I left and pulled over and was looking up some stuff here in town and remembered that I had forgotten to get my son-in-law Jamin some shirts from the shop. So I turned around and came back, and the gal said, "Hey, did you see the museum?" And I had not. A 1966 Panther 77 Royal Enfield. Oh man, look at that. 1913 Indian TT 2-speed, a 1000cc V-twin. Indian Scout, another Royal Enfield. 1918, 26, 36.
Life have changed so much over time.
Yeah, they've changed a bunch.
Tiger Cub, that's cool. These were small displacement, 200cc. Small displacement, real popular bikes in their day. Look at all these. AMF Harley. Ooh, BSAs. Sweet. Oh, the Victor. When I first started getting into motorcycles, about 1970, those were like the kings. The World Championship motocrossers were riding those. Jeff Smith. Oh, that's awesome. Classified Sportster, a 91 Classified Sportster. Never heard of that. There's another one right there. A Nimbus. Now that I've never heard of. Inline 4. Shaft drive. In 1950, oh, it's made in Denmark. 1958 Nimbus. Fabrique National from Belgium, 1936. Wow, that is sweet. New Hudson, 1929. New Hudson. Europe was building some really killer bikes during that era. Ooh, look at that Excelsior sidecar. Oh man, I bet that thing's worth a small fortune. A Simpson from Germany, it's old Beamer, 61. Moto Guzzi, they're still around. Matchless, that's sweet, a couple of them. AJS, that was another bike that was being ridden by motocrossers back in the day. You can see that has the right side shift. Most European bikes did have right side shifts. I don't remember the year that for them to be imported into the United States, they had to switch that around and move the shifter to the left. Ariel. I actually used to run around in the same circles with a guy that had two of these. I don't recall what year they were or what size they were, but he had restored them himself. And one of them was like a single cylinder like this. That is a nice collection you have here. Some of those two-stroke Harley-Davidson mini bikes. Those are 90s. Those were during the AMF years, part of the is it Armachi, when Armachi Harley had, or AMF had purchased Armachi. That was during the period where they were making those orange motocross bikes. Mustang Pony 52. Gosh, look at Tote Goat for all you Tote Goat fans. There's a 1958. Wow. Harley-Davidson, 65 Harley-Davidson Topper two-stroke. Speedway bikes, Jawas. That was my introduction to motorcycle racing, was going and watching speedway races at the fairgrounds in Bakersfield. World War II era, 42 Indian and 42 Harley. It's got the horizontally opposed motor, the shaft drive. If you've never seen a speedway race or gone to one, if you have the opportunity, it's amazing. The bikes haven't changed much in all these years. Big, gigantic 500 four-stroke singles, and no brakes. They just go fast. Excelsior. Triumph Military, 1951. Another one, a Scrambler. That was in Scrambles. That's where motocross got its start, in what they called Scrambles. Douglas 80 plus. Never seen one of those. Never even heard of it. Awesome. Another horizontally opposed engine. Another Norton. Ooh. Also, like the board track racers. Yeah, there it is. That one is a 350. This one is a 1000. Much more powerful bike. AJS. The Norton is a Manx. Those were early TT bikes. The TTs in Europe are different than the TTs here in America. TTs here run dirt and have one jump. The TTs back there, like the Isle of Man, there were road races when they race on roads, and they call it real road racing now. If you haven't watched that, you should, because it's on, I can't remember what network carries that real road racing, but those guys are, you think the MotoGP guys are crazy. The Harley Baja. I remember when Larry Roessler was riding one of those in the mid-70s. Don't know who Larry is? Google him, YouTube him, one of the greatest off-road racers that we've ever had in the United States. Ooh, a Ducati motocrosser. Wow, I've never seen that. Awesome. Greaves. I actually used to be a guy that raced in our circles. He wasn't with us, but he raced in the same tracks we did back in the mid-70s, who rode I think it was a 360. It was an open class bike. Oh God. 72 Husky. Those Huskies with that tank design with that red and chrome, in my opinion, are some of the most beautiful dirt bikes that have ever been built. Montesa Trials bike, 72, a 72 Bultaco Persang. Love the Bultacos. Mako C250. I had a 78 Mako 400 with a Wheelsmith motor in it, and one of the biggest regrets of my life is getting rid of that bike. It was probably the most awesome dirt bike I ever owned. Rickman Matisse. Those were early chromoly frames that you could put just about any motor you wanted into it. That one is a Triumph. A Horex Regina Scrambler. Never heard of that. Another early dirt bike. All right. Spectacular collection. All right, this is actually the third stop I made after I left the Harley shop. I went to Walmart. My watch quit working. So I was going to go to Walmart and buy another watch. I stood at the jewelry counter where the watches were at Walmart for 25 minutes, and no one ever came to help me. I had a few associates come by and asked me if I needed help, but they couldn't help me because it wasn't their department. That is the most piss poor display of customer service I've ever seen anywhere in my life. That two of the gals went and talked to managers, and still nobody came. So the Walmart on Thunderbird Road in Phoenix sucks. Don't go there. I came over here to Target. I don't generally shop at Target, but I came over here to this Target, which was pretty close to it. By the time I got out of my truck, walked all the way into the store, got a watch, paid for it, and walked out. It was about 10 minutes. So thanks, Target. All right, well, I have made it to State Farm Stadium. And that is Brett and James. Pulled up, started BSing with them, had a beer with them. Friendly guys, they're locals. Are you guys locals?
Yeah,
from Phoenix?
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
I saw the plates, I just assumed. It's like, oh, there's only one town in Arizona. You must live in it.
Yes,
sure.
Phoenix.
And there's the stadium back there. I'm gonna head over there and what time do the pits close? 5:30 or something?
Probably it's 5.
Is it 5? Yeah, 5. Okay. I just need to make sure that I check the qualifying results and make sure all my Pulp MX Fantasy riders are still in and not hurt, like happened to me 2 weeks ago. But having a good time already. This has been a hectic day, and I'm ready to relax and watch some racing. All right. Well, I got up to the gate to go in, and they won't let you in. You can't take a selfie stick in. I guess I understand. They don't want you sticking it in people's faces and hitting people in the head, but that's not what I was going to do. That once I got in my seat, I wouldn't have used it again. So I got to walk all the way back out to my car, which is about a quarter of a mile, and put this back in my truck or throw it away. But paid a lot of money for this and this brand new holding head that I just bought. So, all right. Well, it's a little after 6, and they still haven't opened the upper seats where I'm sitting. I like the nosebleed seats. And you can see the track there behind me. Appears to be a good-sized crowd. And my belly's full already, so I don't have to wait in line to get anything. Might get me a soda pop. But other than that, we're good to go. And finally let us sit down.
I don't know if it's too little too late, but it looks like to be 2 laps to go. But it could be about to the end.
Sure wish Jennifer was here. These are really good seats, great view. See the whole track. This is why I like the upper deck. Great view of everything. I'm not in the very top deck, but I'm in this thing called the Ring of Honor. Seats are a little bit more expensive, but not much. Worth the extra money. Hey, got a couple of new friends here. This is Lily and Wayne. Wayne's a native Arizonan.
Let's go.
Lily's from Colorado.
This is your
And
Monster
we've been talking,
Energy
getting along real well.
Race number
Nice
one.
seatmates. All right, here we go. Let's get some racing going. I told everybody to turn on their flashlights.
Presentation of our nation's colors for the United States Air Force Honor Bar from Luke Air Force Base. And now, performing the national anthem, Glendale's own national country artist,
All right.
Ashley Wineland.
This is the 250 race one. This is a Triple Crown, no heat races, 3 motos. Everybody qualified earlier.
Drop that cake.
by pigs this week. I'm getting killed.
9 is up there, and now he gets in front of Freeze with an easy pass. The 28 there, Christian Craig.
All right, there's lap 1.
Is out in
Michael
front.
or Christian Craig. This is the KTM Junior Challenge. These are little kids on identically prepared KTM 50s.
This is the KTM Junior program. These are 7 and 8-year-olds who are very happy to be racing in front of you right now. When you see them go by, put your hands together, make some noise, give them some love. The number 5 is out in front. That's Gavin McCoy, along with the number 3, Deegan and Sugarbow. And they are riding their heart out. Now keep in mind, these are all chosen just for their passion for riding. Not necessarily chosen because they're the fastest, but because they were willing to hop on a bike. They have the skills to hop on a bike and ride this Supercross track. So whether they get first or last, we definitely want to give them some love. But McCoy out here leading the charge in the sand.
Oh, he got hair on
Over the bridge. This is a professional.
Arizona. Imagine how much these kids are going to talk about this moment with their friends, with their families. Let's do something special. Let them feel like they are here in front of a live audience. Get loud for these kids. These kids are going to talk about this for the rest of their lives, and they're out there riding on a full-scale track. I'll be honest. Myself, I would be nervous out there riding around, but these kids are like professionals. Dan, what are your thoughts on these kids, these little legends out here?
I'm inspired by them. If they can do it, I can do it, you can do it. They're out here riding in front of a massive crowd in Glendale on these KTM 50 electric bikes, and I am so impressed with them.
These are electric bikes.
He is the real McCoy out in front. There's the number 1, a Brinley Shepherd, doing a great job. Her twin, Harley, is out there as well, Kristen.
And Dan, I was just
Guy in the lead, kid in the lead, smoking them.
and they dropped the gate quick when they were expecting, and I felt so bad, but I really wanted to talk to these young ladies because they are just so impressive out there. And it is not only cool to see one girl out there, but 2 twin girls who are supported by their family in racing. At one point or another, a few of us ladies here in the house know what it's like to ride a motorcycle, and it is just so much fun, and it's so cool to see that being, something that people are promoting now. Back in my day, back when I was a kid, it wasn't something we saw as often, but now we're encouraging women and girls to be involved in the sport. It is just so special and so cool. So I think we should give it up for girls.
Well, it's a break between last 2 motos. triple format. They call them motos. And they've already run the first 2 sets, 2 250 races, 2 450 races. And it's in between them now. So come up here and got myself a hot dog. I said I wasn't going to eat anything, but there's something about coming to these events that makes me want to eat nasty, cheap food. So I did. Anyway, I don't know what's going on out there, but we'll head back down to my seat and get ready for the last 2 races of the night. Well, that's the race. Eli Tomac won the 450 class with 2 firsts and a third. Hunter Lawrence won the 250 class. I don't remember how he finished as far as his order of races, but he got the best points and won the overall.
Well, it is Sunday morning. By the time I got out of the stadium and out of the parking lot, it was, and back to the room, it was, I don't know, a little after 12:30, I think. The race wasn't over till about 11 because they got started a little late. The upper decks, as I said earlier, going in, they just had 1 set of escalators going up, and there were probably some on the other side of the stadium. But at the end, they just had 1 escalator going down, and you have to go down 2 flights of escalators to get to the ground floor. The crowd was just all bunched up in there. So I ended up just sitting in my seat until that cleared up. Then when I got out to the parking lot, I ended up sitting there BSing with the guys that I was BSing with when I got there earlier in the day. And we sat there until the traffic broke up in the parking lot so we could get out of there. And so it took to get out to about an hour and a half to get back to the room. But it was a good racing. I ended up not putting all the videos of each heat race in here. It's already going to be a long enough video. But you got the idea of what it was like to see the bikes on the track and see the little kids. The KTM Junior Challenge always gets some of the biggest cheers of the night. The crowd really likes that. And as you saw in the little clip, sitting next to Wayne and Lily, the knowledgeable people about racing, and it was a lot of fun. They're a fun couple to shoot the breeze with. I really don't have much else to say other than it was a good night. I liked the stadium, I really did, but the way you got in and out of it for the upper decks was a mess. I can't imagine what would happen in the event of an emergency. You'd kind of just be stuck up there. But anyway, I'll probably come back, bring Jennifer with me next time, make sure she doesn't have anything else going. All right, well, I am going to go pack all my stuff up, load the truck, go find some place to eat, and head for Colorado. So I guess I will talk to you from up there. I don't know if it'll be tonight. Don't know if it's going to be a long day like it has been the last 3 or not. But I will talk to you. All right, let's get going.